Hey guys, I'm Sean, and I am an ARKaholic. Now, between the episodes, guys, I've looked around the area just to see what do we possibly want to tame today, because I'm kind of second-guessing going for bison, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, but I did end up coming across something pretty cool, and I want to tame it right at the beginning of this episode because, full disclosure, it's another Equus. By the way, there's an Equus that literally just spawned in. I saw that kind of just come down from the sky here. That one right there. Okay, it's level 90. No, it's not that one. I believe it's that one right there. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, male 140. I spotted that and was like, okay, I don't want this episode to be all about Equises, but we can't turn down a 140, can we? So let's go ahead and start out the episode straight away here. Really excited for this one, guys, because like I said, I am second-guessing going for bison because we can't unlock the saddle yet. So what the heck are we going to do with them, you know? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of keep them on the back burner. That's not the Equus, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. We're going to keep them on the back burner. I think what I might want to do is maybe think about a base location today and go ahead and make something. Again, nothing too crazy. But if we can get that started. There we go. And there we go. Cool. Okay, let's get started here. Hey, it seems like they possibly have fixed it. Awesome. That's great. If you guys remember Equus breeding in the past, oh my god. Yeah, just had that like juddery mess and everything. In the last episode, though, now that I think about it, the Equus taming was okay. Yeah, didn't realize that until now. But yeah, we're currently at 24%, not too shabby. Again, I don't know if pointing the camera or anything does influence. I've had people tell me that it does. I'm under the full assumption it doesn't, but at the same time, you kind of can't deny that as I'm pushing the camera, and you guys could see that I'm pushing it to the right, sometimes the horse does go in that direction. So maybe it's a quality of life thing that they added with ASA. I don't know. I guess we'll never know, to be honest, you know. But it's fun to kind of think, maybe I have some influence, and maybe that's why the Karch didn't get to us or anything in the last episode. By the way, guys, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you got to go back and check out the previous episode to understand that. I'm not going to explain here. Go and check that episode out. Do not go off the cliff. That's the last thing we need right now. Do not go off the cliff. But yeah, as you're doing this, guys, if you end up jumping off a high ledge, cliff, anything like that, it starts the taming process over, which is fine. It's not like you lose effectiveness or anything. You'll still get it at 100%, or 99.9 technically. But yeah, like, you just start over. Which really stinks. Honestly, really stinks. I've only had it happen a couple of times where the Equus kind of just went straight off the cliff. Normally it doesn't happen. Okay. As I'm saying, normally it doesn't happen, though. There we go, off the cliff. All right, we're at 68% here. Not looking too bad. Obviously, the reason why I do want to go for Equises, at least start building them up, is that melee is pretty poor. We're looking at 29 points into melee. Now, fully imprinted, it's like 312 melee, but we can get better than that, right? Definitely. I know we can. And I think the way I want to do this is any good Equises that I come across, I'm just going to go ahead and tame them, and we're going to slowly keep building up our perfect Equus. It's not going to be something that's done overnight, but yeah, that's kind of the way I want to do it. I think I want to do that with some of my favorite creatures. I would love to do it with all the creatures, to be honest. It's just sometimes you get on a mission and then you get so sidetracked with taming previous tames to try to make your previous tames better, you know? So, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But specifically with the Equus, guys, I really love the Equus. And if I can get, like, potentially, like, a 50 points in health, 50 points in stam, 50 points in weight, and 50 points in melee. Oh, that would be absolutely great. Because if you guys know me, if you don't, that's okay. I'm going to explain it. I'm not huge with mutations and stuff like that. I play here on console. I don't play on a server or anything, so it's not like I could have the Equises like breeding overnight to make things a little bit easier. I don't really do that. That's not really my jam. So I'm not really going to go for mutations. Now, if we get them, awesome. I'm going to take it if it's feasible, you know? I'm not going to take a food mutation just to get a mutation, you know? But nevertheless, there we go. Equus is tamed. But yeah, hey, everybody kind of plays the game the way that they want to play, and that's kind of my way. I don't really do mutations too much. But, all right, we are looking... Funny, okay. All right, so... 1632 in health, that is 29 points. We are sticking with 29 points, okay. 2800 in stam, which is 40 points. I believe that's better. 511 in weight, which is 23 points. Oof, that's bad. And then 31 points put into melee, 276. So the melee's already better. It's not much better, but it's already better, right? Yeah, 29. Okay, so we got a big jump in stam. We're going to be going from 31 to 40. Not too shabby. Now, I wanted to start this with you guys here. I didn't want to do this between the episodes. So, last episode, obviously, we went ahead and bred up Equises. I went ahead and got some berries. These are the narco berries that we got in the last episode. So, we're going to go ahead and start making some narcotic here. That's another 57. And, you know, I was kind of thinking about it. After the last episode, I'm like, dude, you're like level 22. What are you thinking about bison for? Let's focus on a base, damn it. Let's at least get past 0.25. Let's get us up to 0.5 XP, and then we can start thinking about crazier things. But for right now, yeah, let's slow your roll. Stay in your lane, damn it. But yeah, we're going to make our way back to the base here, and then, or the spot where we've been leaving everybody, and then we're going to figure out a base location, I think. While searching around this area, though, maybe we'll go ahead and head to that area. Guys, I found an Ovis. It's only one Ovis, which is really interesting. You got stuck, didn't you? Oh, there we go. Okay, you know what? We're going to bring the 209 Equus back. And then I'm going to show you guys. Yeah, I ended up finding an Ovis. It's only one, which is really weird. And it's an Arkology one, which that's why I think there's only one. I don't know how the Arkology ones spawn, but Ovises traditionally spawn in groups of like 4. So, I don't know. Maybe we got really bad luck. But yeah, this is like one of the first freaking... It's actually the first Ovis I've seen on Ragnarok, period. Which is crazy, because this map is like... Just like Equises, this map is notorious for having Ovis. And I don't know what it is on console. It just doesn't happen. At least for me, it doesn't. You guys talk about my good luck with unicorns and everything, but you don't talk about my bad luck with Ovises. But anyways, yeah, we're back at base here and everything. But I did end up naming our current Equus. And I have went ahead and named it Rusty. Because I was kind of looking at it when I was kind of going around and everything. And I'm like, what is that tail? Oh, okay. Okay. That would have been interesting. I was kind of going around with this Equus, and I'm like, you know, the colors on it make it look kind of rusty. And I was like, Rusty. That's a good name. Yeah, Rusty. There we go. But yeah, anyways, let me show off I gotta say, and the reason why I want to show this off to you guys is, again, huge kudos. I know I'm like crushing on this mod right now, guys. Huge kudos to the mod creator of Arkology. Going ahead and just simple designs, but it just makes the creatures look so much freaking better. It really does. But yeah, I just want to show off this Ovis because as you guys remember, the Ovis is just like plain. It's a plain Jane Ovis, right? There's another Equus. Okay. This one wasn't here before. Okay. Oh. Hello. Okay, well, I guess we're going to be delayed a little bit longer, guys. I have to tame that. Oh, my God. It's another 140. We have to go for that. Let's get a few more rock carrots just so we kind of stay up there. And then let's get this started. So, stop following me. Thank you. I love the designs, though, that they did with this. Like, it's really interesting. Like, you'd never see a horse in the world with this kind of design, but it's still really cool. Do not go near the bison. I don't know if the bison aggro to you, dude. There is also a green drop coming down. We definitely need to get that. Ooh, blue drop. Can I get a blue drop right now? That's a blue with a ring. I think I need to be 25, don't I? Shoot. Okay, well, the green drop will definitely go for. I swear, guys, this episode is not supposed to be Equus's, but I'm not. I'm not turning down a 140, so apologies for that. But another thing we have to look into today is the skill tree. Yeah, something I didn't forget about. Like, it was kind of in the back of my mind, but it was one of those things I kept putting off. Like, yeah, we'll look at it. Yeah, we'll look at it. And then I just realized, like, we're at episode 7, and I haven't checked it out to see what we need to do and how we're progressing so far with it, you know? So after this, we'll probably jump into the skill tree real quick. But here's one thing I will say about the Arkology creatures. It is very... I'm not going to say very. It seems to be a little more rare to find a high-level Arkology creature. Now, granted... Oh, we got a level. Perfect. Now, granted, yes, we do have a 150 Arkology Giga on here. I get it. They are relatively rare. The amount of Arkology creatures that I've gone through, just in general looking at and seeing levels 20, 30, 50, that kind of thing. Vanillas, though, I'm finding a lot of high-level vanillas. So, I don't know. Maybe the Arkology is kind of weighing like it is on the island. I don't know. But I do kind of like that because kind of something I talked about in episode 1. I'm actually going to flip it on myself. In episode 1, I talked about how Arkology, it might have been episode 2, whatever episode it was. Arkology, they spawn a lot more frequently. And I said, well, I would like it where it's a big, big surprise with finding one of these because you're like, oh, it's an Arkology creature. Oh my God, I got to tame it. You know, it's kind of rare. I'm going to flip it to a positive thing now because it's rare to find a high-level Arkology creature. So, long story short, you guys know I usually take a long time to get to the point. I'm really happy with this mod. I'm really enjoying having this mod on here. We're at 90%, one more feed, and we are all good to go. Plus, what else are we going to do right now? Let me just talk. Oh, man. Anyways, we're just about finished with this. Come on. Almost there. But yeah, we do have a couple of Drakelings and stuff in the area, which is great. Just not something we're going to be going for right now. But taking a look here, we have 46 health. Wow. 2325 in health, which is 46 points. 2184 stam, 29 points. 602 in weight, which is 36 points. And 265 melee, 29 points. We cannot catch a break with 29 points. Okay, anyways, I'm going to drop this guy off, and then we're going to go take a look at the Ovis, and then we're going to... Where is my... oh, God. Okay, no, that bison's pretty close. Come on, Rusty. Come on, Rusty. If I can... Come on, Rusty. There we go. Let's get out of here. I don't think I'm going to do any breeding with you guys in this episode because, again, I don't want this episode to end up being just all about Equuses again. I want to do something a little bit different. So, next episode, most likely, guys, we will be introducing a brand new Equus into the series here. I'll go ahead and kind of breed them between the episodes. By the way, guys, if I do get one that... whether I don't like or anything like that. I know a lot of people kill their creatures and it gives them a ton of XP. I don't like doing that because, again, it gives you a stupid amount of XP. So I will go into admin commands and I just go ahead and basically kill it that way. Just so I don't get the XP or anything. Because especially when breeding kids and all that kind of stuff. And the reason why I brought this up, I completely forgot to turn these two off, Splatter and the Equus. I completely forgot to turn them off, so when I logged in today, I ended up having a kid there, so I had to kill it. But yeah, I don't want to end up coming back to you guys and being like, okay, we're level 55 now. You know, you guys will be like, what the fuck happened? But yeah, I mean, with the better breeding mod too, it makes things a lot easier and a lot better for us. I think we're going to do a mix between Stam and Fortitude at this point. But we are level 23. Okay. So unfortunately, we can't go for the blue drop yet. Blue drop is 25, if I'm not mistaken. So we got a little bit of time until we could do that. But I did want to show off the Ovis. It's taken a very long time, but I want to show off the Ovis to you guys. Because, again, it's one of those things. It's subtle, but it's really nice. And it kind of just... Wildcard, get your shit together, dude. Like, really? I'm curious with modding. I'm curious to get your guys' thoughts on this. With the modding community being as good as they are, does this allow, and I don't want this to come off the wrong way, because I'm not trying to put any negativity towards Wildcard, and it's not them specifically. I'm just saying studio designers, devs, the whole nine in general. The fact that you have a modding community that's going to go ahead and, I mean, some of the designs, I mean, look at Garuga's. Now, Garuga, obviously, I believe now works for Wildcard, so that changes things. But if you look at some of these designers and everything, it's just night and day. Did that just fall out of the sky, too? What is going on? I don't know. With having all of these designers in the game, and I mean, they are just doing light years better than what the vanillas are, right? Does it kind of promote laziness from devs and studios to just kind of look back at something and say, oh, we don't necessarily have to do a TLC of this or whatever because, well, the modding community will do it. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want that to come off like bad or anything. I'm just kind of curious what your guys' thoughts are. Like, the way I look at it is, yeah, in the back of their mind, they might say, look, there's a couple of things that we want to fix, but we also want to do the TLC. Now that we have a modding community, and we don't technically have to pay them, they'll fix that. We focus on, well, I mean, I guess they're not really focusing on the bugs, but you know what I mean. You guys know what I'm getting at. Okay. I mean, we'll take the stuff. I'm just going to kind of throw it out. We already have... Yeah, let's just chuck these. I don't know. I'm curious for your guys' thoughts, though. Oh my god, there's another Equus. No, don't... This is how ARK works, guys. We all know this is how it works. I bet when I told you guys this is not going to be an Equus episode, you guys went, oh no. The ARK gods heard that. And now all of a sudden, Equises are going to start spawning everywhere. So, oh no, what happened? So the sheep was right over here. And this wasn't here. Oh no. Did it get rid of it? Oh no, it's right there. There you go. Look at that. Look at that creature. That looks so cool. It's so... It's... The design's not even that crazy, you know? And by the way, let's look at this Equus. If it's a 140, I'm going to lose it. Okay, 95, good. Okay. The design's really not too crazy or anything. Some of them do get a little excessive, not in a bad way. It's just, they really... Like, the galley, for example, is like a whoa. Like, that's really, really bright and everything, which is fine. It's good. But look at this... Look at this Ovis, man. I don't know what it is about this. I really like this, but unfortunately, it doesn't have kids. So yeah, I'm going to kind of just leave you there. I'm going to hope that maybe with you being there, you're going to somehow start populating the area. But yeah, that was kind of it. That was the Ovis that I wanted to check out. I'm glad that that took 15, 20 minutes. I'm at 30 minutes of recording already. What the hell? The heck happened there? Anyways, let's get back to our little area. I'm not necessarily going to call it a base because there's no building or anything there. And then I think we're going to go ahead and kind of look around the area and see where we want to potentially build something. Of course, I'm going to say it like a... Oh. I like that the alphas... That's scary. That is scary. I don't know if it's like really fast or anything either. That's scary though. I know I did say about potentially building kind of over in the spot I was planning on building in the last series, but I think we need to do a stepping stone kind of thing. And also, I'm going to say it again. Eventually, we're going to build in the farmhouse area. We're not going to do it right now. I just want a small little thing. That's all. And then as we level up and everything, because again, I don't want to take like hours and hours and hours building a base when in the future, we'll have better creatures to be able to help out with that. We'll be able to upgrade our weapons and items and all that, so it'll make that a little bit easier. And yeah, I'm not really going to worry about it too much right now. Let's put it that way. Let's just make a little humble abode. We'll figure out where the heck we want to put it, and then we'll go from there. Ugh, I missed that, didn't I? Yeah. Shoot. Well, guys, scratch what I said before. Let me introduce you to the brand new Equus. Now, guys, I did say I was going to do this in between episodes, but I realized, let's just get the brand new Equus out of the way. Let's go ahead and get the best stats onto one, and it's only going to help us out, especially when we're going to go ahead and build a base here. This Equus has a lot better in the weight department. Let me go over kind of all the stats for you guys. We are looking at 2937 in health, which is 46 points, 2800 stam, which is 40 points, 756 in weight, which is 40 points, and 331 melee, which is 31 points. And of course, this is with a 100% imprint. And just having that extra weight stat and everything, guys, honestly, especially when we're going to be going ahead and getting building material and stuff, it's just going to make life a little bit easier for us. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't have a name for this Equus right now. I don't really know what we can call this thing. It's kind of a combination of black with like an orangey bit. The black is basically the kind of the body. We got the cream color on the stripes, and then down below is like an orangey bit kind of color. And those colors pretty much came from the following Equises. So this one we got the orange from, the orange on kind of the belly and everything. On you, we ended up getting black because this archaeology Equus does have in the 0 slot 79. And I don't really notice it on here. I guess maybe it's kind of these lines right here as the 79. But yeah, that's like pure black. And honestly, on the normal ones, oh my god, it just looks so much better in my opinion. But yeah, I really like this Equus, but I'm interested to hear your name suggestions because honestly, guys, I have no idea what the heck we can call this thing. So let me know down below kind of what you guys are thinking. Now, while raising this one and raising the others in order to eventually get this one, I did go ahead and get a decent amount of narcoberry doing that. So we're going to go ahead and get this crafting started here. We have another 219 narcotic that are going to be made. That's absolutely crazy. Now, another thing I mentioned that we were going to do earlier in this episode and never did was to take a look at the skill tree. Now, skill tree-wise, Supply Runner and Rookie Scout are pretty much traveling, then supply crates, then either tame or harvesting resources. Now, this one would be pretty good, especially when we're going ahead and getting a base set up. But if we kind of look over here, all we have to do is 1,000 flint, a little bit of fish meat, and then loot a beaver dam. And to be honest, we're not that far from the beaver dam, so I think we're going to focus on that here too. Now, I'm going to be honest, I think we're going to take a couple of minutes to kind of go around this area and see where potentially we want to put our potential base location. Now, I know I talked about it when we first got here about kind of setting up a little, maybe like a dock area or something for this boat, and we could technically go ahead and just put a little bit of a starter base right in this cove, kind of like where I'm running around here. Again, I don't think in this one I would go ahead and make the dock, but at least just getting a base started or something, I don't know. I think this could be a pretty good spot. Now, unfortunately, it's not really going to be too much in the building material department, but we do need to get that flint, so we might as well go ahead and get that started. We are going to hold on to all the flint. We're also going to hold on to all the stone, because I do expect to make the foundations of this base stone, specifically. I believe we are at level 23. I think we have access to stone at this point. If not, we're like right on the cusp. And to be honest, with the 219 narcotic we're making, we should get to level 24. So we should be totally fine there. But yeah, I'm not sure how much more of this we're going to need. I think we needed like, what, 300 flint or something like that? So we're definitely getting up there. I got 159 right now. And you know what? Any little bit of metal that we're getting along the way here is definitely going to help us out. But I think for the base specifically, if we do decide that we're going to go ahead and make it right here, Gonna do a real simple design. We're not gonna go anything too crazy. Pretty much just want to get a home going. We can go ahead and put the upgrade station in. That's something that I definitely want to go ahead and do because I got a couple of comments from you guys that there is a cap on the weapons, tools, and all that kind of stuff, and that includes the cloth armor. So I think what we're going to do is, even though we do have cloth at Ascendant, I don't remember the exact thing, I think we're going to go ahead and just get a ton of hide and a ton of fiber and go ahead eventually and get ourselves, like, top of the line Ascendant gear, which I don't know how good it's going to be, but it'd be really interesting to find out what a max capped full set of cloth armor does for you. Say that 5 times fast. I don't know why. That seemed to be pretty tough for me to say. We got to be really close, right? Now, is it going to give me... That's 400. We're definitely done, right? Okay, we did. So now we need 25 raw fish meat. Okay. That shouldn't be too bad, especially since we're in, like, the water right here. Now, I'm pretty sure right here... Oh, I thought they were breeding again. I was like, oh, no. We did have a megalodon in here before. I guess it swam out? Okay. That's a thing. Oh, nope, there's the meg. And what level are you? Oh, God, you're a 145. Okay, so that's not happening. Get out of the water, out of the water, out of the water, out of the water. I cannot have a 145 meg hit me. Go. Okay. Where are we going to get the 25 fish meat from? To be honest, this really shouldn't be that hard, right? Like, if we come over here, maybe we just use the Equus. Let's go in the water this way. All we got to do is find a fish. Just one fish. I gotta say, the one thing about Ragnarok, the water is extremely clear. Oh, wait a second. If we go over to the beaver dam spot, maybe there's a fish in there, right? Huh. Yeah. That might not be a bad idea. There's a fish out there. I don't know what it is. Oh, Ichthyosauruses, I don't think give you fish meat, which is really interesting if I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty sure they give you just normal raw meat, which is crazy. But sharks give you fish meat, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why it makes sense that... I mean, it doesn't make sense. That's the point. Is that a... Oh my god, they have even an arcology Castra? Oh my god. They have, like, every creature. Oh my god, they look... Oh my god, they look interesting. Huh, okay. They look a little weird. I like it that there's so many here. All I need is a fish. I don't need any of these guys. Oh, there are fish in here. Huh. Okay. I just need to make sure I hit a fish. And not a... If I hit one of these castroides, we're in trouble. Alright, I want a big fish. Yeah, you. Oh god, if I miss the shot... Oh, good. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, there's so many things around here. Okay, that was 20 fish meat. I can't believe I gotta do this again. Okay, you're coming straight at me. Fine, there we go. So many... Oh, my God, what are you guys doing? Just want to harvest you. Okay, let's just get out of here. Go. I think we're okay. I'm pretty sure we didn't hit one, but yeah, they are just really squirrely, man. And here's the problem. We now have to raid a beaver dam. Let's have a quick look just to be sure I have that right. Oh, we do. Now, a beaver dam, like the big one, or can I do one of the little ones on the side? I'm going to try one of the little ones on the side, and then we are going to take off. I mean, we are just going to run. Because we're going to have a couple hundred of these things coming after us. Now, I'm curious, if I just open it up, is that going to be considered looting it? Or do I have to take stuff out? I know there's one right there. But I just want to see, are there any other ones that are a little bit easier to get to? No. Shoot, that's going to be the most convenient one for us. Okay. There's none up here, like in an awkward spot or anything? No. All right. Well, look, I pretty much just open it, and if I throw something out... Oh, there's a beaver right here. Okay. We're just going to grab and go. Yeah. Okay. Go, 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 go. Oh, God, I took a lot of damage there. Jesus. Okay. So regardless, we got it done. Do we want to look back and see how many are coming after us right now? Oh, Jesus. Go, 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 go. Oh, my God. And that's an alpha bison. Yeah, I don't want to deal with the alpha bison. I took some damage there, man. Wow. I did not expect that kind of damage. Crazy. Is that an alpha trike? It is. Jeez. They still coming after me? I don't think they are. How did I not get any skill points from the... I gotta loot the middle ones. No. No, don't tell me. Giant beaver den. Oh, tell me it says den. No, it says beaver dam. I did that. Loot a beaver dam. I did that. Oh, that's BS. Oh, no, 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 no. It was a Castroides right there. Oh, God. Wait. The small ones are called dams, aren't they? Huh. So why didn't it accept that? Ah, there was one right here. Okay, what are these called? Beaver dam. It's a beaver dam. That should have worked. Why didn't that work? Ugh, I really don't want to have to go the other route if we don't have to, you know? Ugh, these beavers are still coming after us. Okay. I don't know, guys. You know what? You guys will have to let me know in the comments what the heck happened. I clearly did that. Is it bugged right now? Oh, God. I don't know. Does it mean the giant beaver den? Yeah, but that's a den, not a dam. Oh, my God. I don't know. It says loot it. Does that mean I got to take everything? No, it can't be that way. No, it can't be that way. There's no way. Because with the supply drop... Oh, I did take everything from the supply drop. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know in the comments what the heck happened there, because I genuinely have no idea. But we'll go ahead and put that into stamina. We are currently level 24. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got. 26 is the template hammer. I was kind of wondering where we were getting to that point, but there we go. We do have access to stone finally. Okay, so it was level 24. Interesting. All right. I guess I'm going to go around. I'm going to take a few minutes and kind of figure out where we want to build this base, and then we'll get started. But like I said, it's not going to be anything too crazy. It's just going to be a starter base. We'll kind of just get the basics done, and then in future episodes, we'll kind of upgrade it and all that kind of stuff. But let's just get a little place to call home, and then we can go from there. And there we go. That is level 25. Haven't even made anything yet. That's the crazy part. That is all from the narcotics. Wow. Okay, well, at the start of the next episode, guys, we will be switching over from 0.25 XP to 0.5 XP. As I mentioned earlier in the series, and apologies, guys, if I am repeating, but just in case if people aren't aware, the way I'm doing the series is a staggered XP. So we're starting at 0.25%. Now that we're level 25, we will switch it over to 0.5 XP. Once we hit level 50, we will switch it over to 0.75 XP. Once we hit level 75, we will switch over to 1.0 official. Then we'll kind of figure it out from there. But for right now, that's kind of the way I like doing things, basically. I did talk about killing the dinos before to get ourselves a lot of levels. Now, here's what I will say, though. When we get towards later game, once we're at, like, 1.0 official, I'm just going to allow myself to kill the dinos at that point. Because even at 0.25 XP right now, if we did go ahead and kill an Equus or two, like the babies, yeah, we would end up just having, like, we'd probably get, like, 5-10 levels from doing that. It's kind of crazy. It's like, I feel like you get more XP for that than killing, like, alphas. It's kind of crazy. Because think about it, too. We'd be killing a level 243 creature, which doesn't technically exist in the game. So, yeah, there's a decent amount of XP to be had doing that, right? Now, once we hit 75, once we get into, like, gigas and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's not as necessary at that point. I'm totally okay with kind of letting myself go. But if that is the case, guys, it's not going to be one of those things where one episode we're going to be level 75, then you're going to come back for the next episode and find out that somehow I'm level 90. You know what I mean? So we'll use it sparingly. Probably once we get closer to like max, that's going to be a different story. We're going to be using it all the time. We'll have to see what happens. But for right now, anytime I have a creature that I am looking to kill, whether it's going to be for, I don't want to call it space constraints. It's just when there's a lot of dinos, I like to just go ahead. Oh, that was a little too much. Okay. Especially if they don't really have any purpose. I don't necessarily like keeping them around. I just feel like it gets the base a little busy and everything. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and kind of kill the duds and everything like that. Just get them out of here. Keep it nice and clean around base. Is that one that I can get? No, that broke. Okay. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, throw it in the comments. That probably wasn't the best way to explain the situation, but some people are going to be like, what, you're killing your dinos? For what? If you guys have any questions, just ask in the comments, and I'll try to do my better to explain. I think it'll be easier once we get further in the series, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. But if you guys have watched my series previously, I think you know the gist of what I'm getting at. But it's for all the new people. But yeah, let's go ahead and get a little bit more resources here. But yeah, these, like, the fallen trees, I think I want to use these for thatch. Oh, okay. So for a second, I thought you were the galley. And for the trees that are actually standing, I think I want to try to get wood from them. I feel like the fallen trees, you don't get as much resources from them. So I'd want to do that for thatch. And then for the ones that are actually above, or like an actual tree, I guess you can call it. By the way, is that an alpha? Like, what's going on there? Okay, so Carbo and Megalodon are fighting each other. That's interesting. All right. But yeah, I think we are going to go ahead and just make the base kind of over there, like I said before. Don't want to go too crazy or anything. I am really upset with ASA. They got rid of the tree that was right here. You guys remember? It was like, you had a tree here. You had a massive, like, rock here. And then it was probably, like, right around here, I want to say. Might be a little bit further out. You had a Bassie sitting right here. So you can get some... So you can harvest some... oil and all that kind of stuff, and a ton of hide, of course, too. Which, by the way, when we are thinking about upgrading our the cloth armor, and we'll do the same with all the other armors, I'm gonna be honest. I think I would like to do that across the board. I'd be really interested to see how crazy things can get. You know, it's all gonna be in due time, of course. I'm curious to see how that goes. But we will have to go ahead and get the Bassies and stuff like that, because that's just going to give us a ton of hide to work with. All right, so we have a ton of wood. We have a decent amount of thatch. So now it's just going to come down to stone at this point, because I do want to make the floors out of stone foundation specifically. And I think what we're going to do is... Oh, God, I don't want to hit you. Yeah, Spring Drakeling, get the hell out of here. No, don't you even think about it. I don't know if they aggro or not. I don't know how it works with them. They seem to aggro certain things, and I wonder if it's babies specifically that they aggro. I don't know. I don't know. They do something, though. I've seen them fighting stegos and all that stuff, so... Not sure what they're doing. You know what we're actually going to do right now? I'm just going to gather a decent amount of stone and everything here. When I'm actually ready to build the foundations, I think I'm going to log out of the game first and switch it over to 0.5. Because technically we've hit the threshold. We're at 25, which means I can switch it over to 0.5 XP. And might as well take advantage of it as best we can. As we all know, building an ARK, especially early game, is like... Killing and building are like your best ways to level, honestly. Early game, of course, crafting is massive, but yeah, look at all that stone that we have now. Yeah, and we're just going to keep going. I'm just going to literally load you up, which we're only at 578 weight on you. That is crazy. Oh, man. Oh, God, did I hit him by mistake? I hear the thing. The Drakeling's like right here. Because I heard that sneeze. It's not on me, right? It'd be kind of cool if they just landed on you randomly. I know to start the taming process, they land on you, but if they just did it passively, that'd be kind of funny. But yeah, we'll get a little bit more here. I do also have to watch my hatchet. I mean, we have a smithy on the boat, which is fine. But yeah, I think once I do this... Yeah. All right. I think it's time. I'll be right back, guys. I am going to switch over to 0.5 XP. We're going to start making our foundations, and yeah, we'll probably get a level or two from doing this. That's how crazy leveling up an early game is, especially when building stuff. All right, there we go, guys. We're back. All right, we're officially at 0.5 XP. Let's also put on our backpack. That's going to give us that nice 20% weight reduction. And let's get started. Here we go. Let's get all this in our inventory, which is going to majorly over-encumber us. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's the most I can hold. Crazy. Okay, so we're going to start with stone foundations. How many can I make? I can make 9 straight off the bat. That's perfect. Gonna need a little bit more than that. This Drakeling is really close. I hear it. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, it was literally right next to us. Wow. All right. Let's see. Are we going to get a level from... Oh, yeah, we're going to get a level from this. I don't think we'll get an additional... Well... Can't have an episode without a Scouser interruption, right? Well, we got ourselves a level here. We are now level 26. I think we're going to go to 150 stam, and then that's going to be it for a while. And look at that. We're almost halfway to level 27. That's so crazy. How much do we have here? So, all right, we're definitely going to need... Yeah, we're just going to need everything across the board. I guess we can go ahead and kind of start setting up the base. Now, I'm going to be honest, this isn't going to be a one-to-one remake, but I will mention that there is inspiration to this base. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember the content creator's name, but I'll make sure to throw a mention down in the description. I think I'll also go ahead and link the video. I kind of saw it and was like, you know what, that's actually kind of interesting, you know, for a starter base, because it's kind of funny, and this isn't like... What is that light? Why do they look different? Yeah, why are you flashing, first of all? What is going... Is that a white drop? I mean, we'll go take a look at it. It just looks weird, doesn't it? Oh, no. Oh, no, they're breeding. Ah, shoot. Well, clearly you got a mutation in health. Oh, my God. I thought I turned all these guys off. Who are you breeding with? Are you breeding with you? Yeah, you're breeding with you. All right. Rest of you guys should be okay. All right. Yeah, well, you're just gonna die. It is what it is. So, yeah. I'll do my best to edit them out. Oh, my little guard dog. Anyways, all right, let's see if we can get to this white drop. I mean, okay, or we're just gonna, or we're just gonna go against the wall there. Okay, sounds good. We'll do that too. I guess we'll see what's in there. I mean, white drops traditionally don't really have anything too crazy. Why doesn't it feel like I can jump? Come on. Like, I feel like I can make this. No? Maybe not. Okay. The baby's following me. Oh my god, this is becoming a cluster of an episode, isn't it? All right. Let's go to the white drop. As I was saying, traditionally, white drops don't really have anything good. But I don't know. Maybe it will. I mean, we're on Ragnarok. Guess there's a chance of it being okay, right? I don't know. Let's see. No, not okay at all. 3 slingshots? Really? By the way. No, there isn't. Okay, I was kind of wondering if maybe they put something in there, but no, they didn't. All right, let's get back to our spot. And yes, by the way, the baby's going to stay there. I have no need for that baby. It's just going to stay. Don't get me wrong, the colors on it are really nice and everything, but nah, it's okay. But yeah, like I said before, I will put the mention down in the description. I will also leave the link to the video if you guys want to check out the original one. Like I said, it's not going to be a one-to-one, but I kind of saw the design of the base and went like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's interesting. Something I wouldn't really think of doing, you know, and it seems to be a pretty easy setup, but we'll see what we can do here. So let's get a little bit more of this. Just trying to clean up the area as best as possible before we... All right, so getting started here, I've been kind of looking over this area just to kind of plan in my head how I want this to go. I think with these rocks kind of being just naturally here, you can't break them or anything like that. So they're just kind of here. I think we're going to also incorporate this into the dock eventually. Kind of like this area specifically is going to be the dock that the boat's going to pull in on, and then it'll be able to turn around and come out of here. So we're going to use that as kind of a natural part of the base. But again, like I said, we're not going to be focusing on the dock specifically today. But I'm kind of thinking like, okay, the boat's naturally going to come in this way, which means dock's going to be like here, which means walkway will probably be here, maybe. So if we want center of the base to match up with that, we're going to want to come over a little bit this way, and then we'll get started with the construction of the base. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop these down, and it's going to be a simple 3x3, okay? It's a bit of a shame, though, that the grass still stays there. I remember back when ASA first came out, these all went away, you know? And now they're back. And I don't understand why. What we're also going to do here is we're actually going to increase this. So it's going to kind of look like this, right? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. I think we should just get the foundations done first, and then from there I can kind of figure it out. But I'm going to need a few more foundations. I think I'm going to need another 7 foundations, something like that. So got a couple more rocks to hit here. Oh, crap. Oh, no, 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 no. All right, so this is going to be interesting. All right, Rusty. Let's go see if we can get our stuff. Yeah, right when I heard the right when I heard the attack, my heart sank right away. Damn. I really hope we don't lose the Equus. I mean, of course, it's not like... Cynically, it's not the end of the world. Like, we can get another Equus, but like, oh. Really? I saw that bison too, and I'm like, okay, I think I have enough time to be able to get those trees before it was close enough to attack, and... Well, clearly not. All right. Hopefully this Equus is okay. Oh, God, yeah, no, I see him getting... 172. Oh, God, this Equus is done. If I can just get him to... Oh, God, there's, like, multiples now. Yeah. Let's just see if I can get him to follow, and... I'm hoping that he's quicker. But I don't know if he is, because he's holding a bunch of stuff. Oh, no. Okay, no, he is quicker. Okay, we're just going to go. Maybe eventually they'll de-aggro. Oh, no, they're still coming. Come on. Let's go, Equus. Oh, God, there's another one right there. No, I don't want to get more involved. Oh, boy. All right, let's see. I need to take a second and turn back and see what's going on here. Okay, so I think we're okay. You guys both follow me now. Yeah, you took a little bit of a beating, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Getting back to our stuff's gonna be kind of interesting. Okay, so is that the bison that was chasing me? Or is it that one? Oh, it's those. Definitely. Okay. So I think we're gonna have to do this... I guess we could take... Yeah, I guess we can go through the water. That's fine. They better not re-aggro. I swear. Alright. But we did get a level. Haven't went ahead and put the level in yet. But we did get a level. The other problem is, too, it's just so foggy. It's just so tough. All right, can I get my stuff, please? Thank you. Okay. No, I don't want to drop all. There we go. There we go. And there we go. We got a little bit of meat from that, too. And I cannot move because I'm not wearing the backpack. And there's the backpack. Okay. Come on. Let me grab my stuff. Thank you. All right, guys. So I went out and got a decent amount of materials. I don't think this is going to be everything to make the base, if I'm going to be honest, but I think it's going to give us a pretty good start here. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and kind of build these up, and I'm looking to do a 2x4. So 2 in the width, 4 in the length. We are going to be making this entire base out of stone. I definitely want to use the Bob's Tall Tale structures that we had in Scorched Earth. I can't remember the exact name of it, if I'm going to be honest, but we're going to be using that for this. Just to kind of change up the tones and everything, because I know just using stone specifically might look a little wonky, but we are going to go ahead and close up this area here. We are going to either keep this as a 3x3, or maybe we're going to extend out another one. I don't really know yet. Just kind of figuring it out based on the shape and everything, but let's go ahead and put down these pillars, because this is one thing that I absolutely love adding to bases now is these stone beams. I think these things are so cool, if I'm going to be honest. In my opinion, it just adds a little more texture to the base and everything, and overall, I just love using these, and all of my bases just end up having a ton of pillars, a ton of railings, and all that kind of stuff. But again, at the end of the day, guys, it makes the base look really good, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and kind of continue that. I think we're gonna do a half pillar on the sides here. We're gonna do another half pillar here, And I'm already out of pillars. Okay, we're definitely going to need more than in that department. Okay. All right, we got a total of 14 walls here, or stairs, rather. Let's see if I can get this snap point down here. I might have to do it this way. Why is it not... Why is it not going? Can I do it as a ramp, maybe? Okay, so I could do this as a ramp, not stairs. That's okay. I guess we'll do that. But yeah, kind of the idea with this base is going to be that this is going to be kind of our entrance here. It's going to be a very small 2x3 base. I think we're going to go ahead and put a set of stairs. I don't know if I want to put it here or potentially put it here. I think we'll put it here for right now. There we go. And basically this area is just going to be kind of our crafting area and everything. So this is going to be on the quote-unquote outside of the base, which I think is why we're probably going to extend it one more foundation out this way, just to give us a little more space to work with here. It just gives us two ways to get into this area. We can either come up the ramp this way and kind of work, or we can go ahead this way through the house. So let's go ahead and put up some walls here. I think we're going to do... So the entrance is going to be here, I think. This is going to be a window. This is just going to be a wall. This one's going to be the door. And this one's going to be another wall. Back here, I think we're going to do probably the same. Maybe we'll do kind of a corner there. This one will be a window just to kind of look out of. This one can probably be... Actually, you know what? Let's make this all walls back here, maybe. I don't know. I'll probably have to play with this a little bit more in the future. The one good thing about building out of stone, I think we'll just go ahead and just make it normal ones for right now. I can always fix that later, is the amount of levels that you get. Yeah, look at this. We have a total of 4 levels, which is crazy. So we're going to go up to 150 there. And then I think we're going to put the rest into fortitude. And that is going to put us at level 30, which is great because we can go ahead and make the sickle now, which is huge, especially if I want to go ahead and kind of change a few things here. But I did need to get that level because I wasn't actually able to craft myself these guys. Yeah, we needed to be level 27 in order to get access to these. So thankfully we did get a couple of levels here and there. Railings are going to be absolutely huge with this base. We're definitely going to go ahead and do that. But the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and kind of just set up this area here. Now, I think we are just going to kind of keep it as... Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I don't know if I want to go all the way through like this, if I'm going to be honest. No, I don't want to do that. Then it's kind of silly to have this here, doesn't it? I mean, if we were going a little bit further out, then I guess that's a different story, right? But... I don't know. Maybe we are going to get rid of the stairs. I'll be honest, by the original kind of design of this base and everything, we're pretty spot on to what the original design is. But there's no stairs or anything, and I wanted to incorporate that. And of course, too, I think it's made out of, like, wood thatch and all that kind of stuff. It's not necessarily made out of all stone. But I want to go ahead and put a door here. I also want to go ahead and put a door here, and I think in the future we might change that over to the wooden door too. But yeah, we're definitely going to have to go out and get a ton of resources. You know what? Because we have these 2 walls, and I don't think we're going to be using them. This could be a mistake breaking these, but I'd rather get the materials right now so we could potentially go ahead and build up our... There we go. Potentially build up our roof and everything right now just to drop the weight a bit. We could do a total of 4. That's cool. Okay. Now, in the old days of ASA, before the quarters came out, like the quarter roof and all that, it was a little bit tougher in order to get yourself the kind of overhang on the roof. But now, of course, things have changed, which is absolutely great. I'm probably going to actually take this for now, because I'd rather come down here and get this wall set. Yeah, there we go. So then we can go ahead and start getting the roof in here. And again, this is kind of just going to lighten up the load for us a little bit. Don't get me wrong, having the Equus has been great. But at the same time, yeah, it's been kind of interesting trying to set this up. All right, we're going to go this way, this way, this way. That's a total of 6. And then we are going to go this way. And unfortunately, this area right here is going to have a little bit of a hole. I don't think there's anything I can put there to kind of... The only way to do that would be kind of like a quarter... like a quarter triangle, but I don't think a quarter triangle exists. A quarter wall exists. If we didn't have an actual door here, I could probably close that up. But I kind of want the door. I know it's kind of silly, but I'm thinking like, okay, we'll come down here. There's going to be like refining forges here, maybe the smithy, and then the upgrade station. Then maybe we put a couple of boxes here for like storage or something like that. But yeah, this is coming out okay so far. It's coming out really nice so far. Biggest thing, of course, is just going to be getting ourselves a ton of pillars at this point. Pillars are going to be the name of the game, pretty much. And of course, we'll have to go ahead and kind of close that up. I wonder if there's a way... Now that I think about it, no, there's probably not a way to fully close that up. That stinks. Yeah, that stinks. All right, well, it is what it is. No big deal. Anywho's, moving on. The other kind of option that I was thinking is doing something like this. And while we're kind of experimenting here, maybe we'll give this a shot. If I took out this stone foundation period, right? And I went ahead and dropped that down here. Kind of made this more like a basement kind of idea. And we kind of close this up. I'm wondering if... I guess if I put that there, can I still get through? Oh, I can't get through. Okay, that's kind of what I assumed. No, I think we're just going to go with the original design. Kind of the original idea that I had with this. And then I can always make some changes after the fact. You guys know me when I go to building. What you see at the beginning of the day isn't always how it ends up. Let's put it that way. So if we wanted to go ahead and not put a roof here, or put a door rather, right? I think the way to do it would be, instead of using these walls, we would be looking to use quarter walls to kind of fill up that spot. And then with that, I should be able to put a triangle kind of that way and a triangle that way. So maybe we'll do that instead. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking it probably doesn't make sense to have the doorway there, which is fine. We'll break this. We have to go out and get more materials anyway. So, all right, let me go out. Let me get a ton of materials. Yeah, the biggest issue with doing all this is our hatchet is breaking again and again. Oh. Well, that's funny. There we go. Okay, it's back. Just took a second to think about what it was doing there. Yeah, I definitely need to go ahead and... Yeah, we got 27 metal already, which is really nice. I think we'll just go ahead and we'll light you up. Unfortunately, I think I'm completely out of metal. Yeah, so it's not like I can even repair this hatchet yet. I think we're just going to have to wait for this to be done. We're only going to get 27 out of this, though. Maybe I do have to go and go do a metal run or something. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy, right? But I don't know. I don't know. How much... I'm going to need 4, and I'm going to need 1. So I'm going to need 5 in order to get these guys fixed. Probably not going to repair that right now. We'll repair that when it's a little bit lower. But this one at 4... This isn't going to get me 18 regardless. All right. I got an idea. Oh, that's right. You do it this way. Repair all, right? Missing resources. Wait a second. Oh, repair selected. Missing resources. I have the 4 right here. Oh, what's going on? Why are we having an issue with this? Missing resource. I have it in my... Can it not... Does it not have to be in my inventory or something? Like, what's going on? Why... Ugh. I wonder if this is the issue that you guys were explaining to me that I seem to be screwing up. All right, let's put that in there. Let's go to this. Repair selected. There we go. It auto-repaired. Cool. Okay. I don't know. I really just don't know. All right. Let's throw some wood in here. We'll just throw the 22 that we have. Or 18. That's fine. Pull. Done. 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 And yeah, we'll continue there. Okay. All right, we got that repaired. Let's go ahead and grab a few more things. There are a ton of drakelings around. This is crazy. Now, I ended up getting a comment from somebody, which is completely true, why we were having issues with the drakelings. I couldn't figure it out. And then it dawned on me, or it dawned on this comment, and then I kind of just went, oh my god, no shit, Sherlock. It's because of my XP. No shit, it's going to be tougher to get it when you're at 0.25 XP. Oh my god. Right when I saw that comment, I'm like, it was kind of like crickets for a second, and I'm like, oh my god, really? That makes so much sense. Oh, how stupid can I be? So thank you to whoever sent that comment. Really appreciate it. Thank you for clarifying the obvious, it seems like. I should have known that, but it is what it is. No big deal. But yeah, let me go out and get a decent amount of material. I will be right back with you guys, and we will continue the build. But at this point, it's pretty much just putting down a ton of pillars, a couple of walls, a couple of roof pieces, and then we're looking pretty good, if I'm going to be honest. Now, before I continue here, I kind of want to see if I can get this wall set up the way that I'm thinking I need to do it. Is that going to work? Like, would that cover it up? Come on. You know you want to... I was going to say, you know you want to work. Okay, so that would work. Interesting. Now it just depends which way I want it to face. Do I want it to face in like that? And then, yeah, I would just do it like that. Okay, so this can work. Cool. So I can completely close that area up. It is going to look a little silly. Okay, so yeah, we'll kind of just do it that way. I know it's going to look a little silly, but it's fine. We'll kind of cover it up with something. But if you guys know of a way that I could be able to theoretically cover that, let me know. But for right now, I think that's fine the way that it is. It's... Oh. Okay. Okay, wait a second. Oh my god. All right, sloped wall out, sloped wall out. If I do another quarter on each side... Oh my god. This is becoming more of a nightmare than it needs to be. I could have just dealt with it. But no. I may... All right, let's put up 2 more. And then if you guys could let me know of an easier solution, greatly appreciate it. But for right now, it'll work for what we're doing. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to need 2 more of these. And then I'm going to need some railings. What are the railings again? It's these guys, right? No, that's stone quarters. Oh, you guys are the railings. That's right. Okay, 6. Or do we want to start doing pillars? Can I move? No, I can't. Of course I can't. All right, let's just get that side all situated first, and then we can kind of go from there. All right. So if I do this... I did it the wrong way. Shoot. Now, can I also... I can. It's going to look silly. But it kind of gives the house an interesting design. But it does close up that area. I mean, it's not ideal. Yeah. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's just the way that the roofing is. I don't think there's a way that I can kind of close that up. It's just kind of like, all right, it's got to stay like that, you know? It is what it is. No big deal. Let's kind of continue with the pieces that we have, and then we'll kind of figure out from there what we need to do. But in the past, you kind of had to, if you wanted kind of to offset the roof, you had to put like a quarter ceiling and a quarter piece, and that would allow you to kind of snap this point a little bit further back, which would give you that little bit of a roof. Now we have quarters. And now that we have quarters, yeah, you can literally do it in like, oh my God, the quarter roof. Oh my God, the quarter roof's going to cover that up, isn't it? Duh. Oh my God. You guys were like, hello? The only thing is, and I hope they make this change soon. I know this is kind of silly to say, but I think it's silly that we have a quarter ceiling, right? We have a quarter ceiling, quarter... Oh my God, let's try that again. We have a quarter ceiling. We also have a quarter foundation. We also have a quarter wall. Why is it if I want to do stairs in a quarter, or if I want to do a roof in a quarter, I need to spend more and make these? I honestly think if we're going to do this, I think the quarters should move into a separate engram. That's my opinion. Because look at this. This only takes 20 stone versus the actual wall that takes 40 stone. The normal foundation takes 80. The smaller foundation takes 40. The normal ceiling takes 60. The quarter ceiling takes 30. It should be the same with the stairs and ramps, in my opinion. I think there should be a separate engram that separates the quarters from the regulars. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe people are okay with spending the 60 stone to make a quarter. I just personally think that's a little silly. And I think that's a little tight. That's just a lot of resources for such a small, potentially a small item. You know what I mean? But yeah. So for the quarters now, this is really nice. You can do this stone quarter roof. And as long as you can get the snap right, you can make your little... you can kind of make your little jut out if you want to, which is really nice. Now, I'm going to see if this is going to work. Now, if I put a quarter here, I wonder if that's going to snap in the house. And I wonder if it's not going to allow me to put this down now, because of that being in the way. Oh no, it will allow me to put the roof. You know what? We could put a fireplace here, which would make that look a little bit more interesting. And you know what? We could do a... Oh my God, we're just kind of going on a... a whole thing to try to make this work. But it's going to work, guys. I promise. It's going to work. Let's go ahead and break this. Let's go ahead and break this just to get a little bit of material. And let's see. If I can make a quarter wall, I just want to see if this fits. If it does, and it fits nicely, then I think we're in business. Let's see. Is this going to work? Come on, give me the... No, I can't put it there because of the way... Oh, it's giving me... It's like it's kind of snapping to it, but then it doesn't snap to it. What's going on here? I could do it this way, I guess. No, I can't. All right. There is a way to do this. I know there's a way I can do this. It's like it's giving me the option for a quick second. You guys see that? All right, let's go to first person. Okay. I know how we're going to do it. Okay. Yep, we're going to need a few more materials, but I think we can pull this. You know what? We don't even need materials. I'm just going to take from other places for right now. Oh my God, I really want to see if I can make this work. And you guys are probably like, dude, it'll work. Just do X, Y, Z, it'll work. All right, let's try this. Now, if I go ahead and put a quarter here, that should now allow me to put a wall. Right? It's It's like giving me the option for a second there. You guys see that? Now, what if I did it like that? It's gonna... Oh, come on. Just give me... Yes. And it works. Oh, that's huge. So now we can kind of put the fire in here, and it'll kind of somewhat enclose it up. Oh, I like that. Okay, now the question is... What? Okay. Okay. Sweet. Okay, now the question is, do we want everything kind of flipped on this side where we have the wood here, or do we want that flipped the other way? I think it's okay. It's fine. I'm happy with getting that. Oh my god, that took so much work. Unnecessary work, but at the end of the day, that's still really cool. By the way, I'm having this a lot. I'm having just like trikes and stuff falling from the sky. Not just trikes, just a lot of different creatures. I really don't know what's up with that. All right. Now that we got that all kind of somewhat settled, what's the next step here? All right, I'm going to try this one more time with you guys. And if this doesn't work, then I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments what's going on. But here's kind of the gist. I'm wondering, was I not able to get everything from in here because I didn't loot the entire thing? It's a beaver dam. That is a giant beaver dam. Let's have a look again, just to be sure. Loot one beaver dam. I'm going to pull everything out. And I'm going to become encumbered. And you better be able to move. Cool. Okay. I needed the wood anyways. So we'll kind of just hop, skip, and jump this way for a really long time. But the sad part is, I don't think it gave me... I don't think it gave it to me. Like, I think if we look on there, it's still going to say that we need to do a beaver dam. Which doesn't make sense. Unless it's supposed to be a beaver den and they got the spelling and the wording wrong. I don't know. What are we looking at here? Oh, okay. Let's have a look. 3 point. You have to loot the entire thing. Oh, well, we know what category we're doing next. 3 baby creatures, 20... actually, this might be easy. Okay. Well, we got our 3 points. That's the most important thing. It kind of stinks that you have to loot everything in there for it to work. We got a level at some point. That's cool. Okay, so there we go. We're at level 31. That is really silly, if I'm going to be honest. But I'm glad we figured it out. So if you guys are having issues with that, you need to loot the entire freaking thing. And then you can drop whatever you want, but you need to loot everything out of it in order for it to work. That's interesting, to say the least. Okay, well, I'm glad we figured that out. And if you guys want my advice with this, you have to go into Hot-Blooded as your first one. The fact that this will basically regenerate your health by potentially 400%. It's 100, 200, and 300%, but you can only assume that your character already has regeneration at 100%. You know what I mean? So it's giving you an additional 100, an additional 200, an additional 300. So, yeah, this is absolute huge. So we're going to use 3 of our points here for Hot-Blooded. This is probably like one of the best ones. And you can get it straight from the get-go, which is kind of crazy. I don't know which direction we're going to go in next. I think heavy-footed might be really good for us, too. A reduction in fall damage, because a lot of times I'm jumping off the cliff with the Equus, and then I, of course, do this just to make sure that the Equus doesn't take damage. And, yeah, usually I end up kind of pulling the trigger a little early on that. So if I can reduce damage on my part, along with having the regeneration... yeah, it's going to be absolutely huge, honestly. These skills are really interesting. There's some that I don't think, at least for me, being on single player here, there are some that I don't think are... Oh, that's an alpha. It's so cool. Oh, 140. Oh, my God. Crazy. Crazy. I really hope going by these castroids... Look how many there are. These are the ones that came after us. Is there an alpha castroides? Imagine you just see like a big, big ball. Oh, man. But anyways, let's go back. I ended up making just a ton of pillars. I say a ton. It's like 9, but for me, that's a lot right now. But yeah, pretty much the entire build is kind of done. Now it's just a matter of kind of going ahead and, you know, designing it a little bit, making it look a little nicer, in my opinion. But pretty much, you know, the build's kind of done for the most part. Oh, wow. I actually didn't realize we have this nice little... This might be the place that we can do a dock then. This is nice. You kind of just come right up there. You know what? If they give us the canoe in the future, this would be a good canoe slip right here. Oh, man, that is so cool. Okay. Okay, so there is a little more work to do. I need to get a little more roof pieces. That's okay. For right now, let's just go ahead and get these set in. We got a total of 10 of these pillars here. We're going to go ahead and put a pillar on the end here if we can. We're going to put another pillar right on the corner here if we can. We're going to go ahead and put our pillar on the inside here if we can. You know what? I could technically put another pillar here. I wonder how that's going to look. And just put the pillar here, right? Now on this... Okay. You know what? This is actually looking okay. We're going to take you out completely. Yeah, so this is what our... I like this. I like this. This is going to be kind of like a little cozy place to put the fireplace. Nice. Okay. This is coming along. It's coming along nicely, guys. All right, let's put that other piece here. And yeah, we'll close that up with a quarter wall and everything. That's looking good. Now on the back here, if we want, we can go a little crazy and put a stone beam. Now, do they have diagonal beams or anything? I don't think we have diagonal beams yet. That's definitely something they got to bring at some point, right? Instead of just having this piece here. Huh. Okay, well, for right now, that works. Cool. All right. Let's get the rest of the beams going here. We don't really have a lot left. It's really sad when building in stone in particular, too. You just go through them so quickly. What happened to this one? Oh, this is the one that I just took out. Yeah. Okay. So we might drop this down a little bit just to make that look a little bit nicer. Yeah, we're just going to have to go on a big stone run at this point. We are getting a lot of levels, though, so I can't really complain too much. It's just we're having to repair this hatchet so many freaking times, though. But I think one of our next tasks is to get stone. We got to harvest 1,000 stone, craft 100 arrows, and craft 25 structures. Now, the structures is thatch, so I might do that between the episodes. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But anyways, let me go ahead and get 1,000 stone here, and then we should be looking pretty good. All right, let's get the next part going here. We got some railings to put in. Let's get those guys in first. There we go. Let's also make sure that we got all the walls done here. So we got all this here. We got a little bit to do on the inside. Here we go. We have a little bit down here to do. All right, let's get you there. Let's get you there. You there. You there, and then you're going to be there. Perfect. Don't need to put a railing or anything like that here. I think this is totally fine the way that it is. But I do want to put you here. Cool. Now, I also want to put a half down here if I can. Why are you not going to give me that snapping point? Right there. Perfect. And right there. Perfect. Okay. And then we also have here. Perfect. Okay. I still think we have a couple of more... Actually, I think we're okay. Oh, I'm going to need another half here just to make that look a little bit nicer. Okay. And then I also... Nope, we got it on the corner. Cool. All right, so we do have a little more work to do, but that's okay. Quarter... There we go. Yeah, you know what? I think I want the wooden design on the inside then. And then for you, wooden inside. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, that's where we're going to put our... I like this. I know it's going to look a little silly. I think it's going to look okay, actually. And then maybe back here we'll put like something storage-wise. Maybe like the visual storage. I'm kind of thinking, you know, that barrel that you put the spark powder and stuff in. Maybe that'll go in there. I don't know. We'll do something interesting there. Okay, cool. Okay, so next thing we need to do is the railings. And we also have a little bit of the roof to do here. We have a total of 2 left, but I don't want to go ahead and put this one in yet because we need to actually get on the roof. A couple little designs that I want to do here. So we'll use this kind of as a ramp up. And these are literally the greatest thing ever. These stone railings, well, actually, just technically the wood ones are better, but I think what we'll do is we'll basically switch them over. But yeah, setting up these railings and stuff is just really, really cool. Now, there should be a way that I can get... Yeah, I want it to basically face the other direction. There's a way that I can get it diagonal this way. Maybe if I put you there, it'll let me do the diagonal one. Unless it's only the wood ones that you can do kind of diagonally. No, I got that one to snap. This one should snap. Right, there's no way. Yeah, see how it's given the option in the one direction, but it's not giving it in the other? It's kind of silly, isn't it? I mean, I guess technically for right now, I guess we can just have the railings stick up instead of going to the side. Oh, that kind of stinks. I was really hoping that we can do that. Okay, yeah, see, it's like... Oh, you know what? I could probably do it like this then. There we go. Oh, man. Trying to get this to work. Oh, my God. I know it's going to look really silly right now, right? Because we're using stone. It's going to look very silly. But once we... Oh, I do not want you there. Once we switch it over to the frontier skin, that's what it's called, the frontier skin, it's probably going to look a little nicer, honestly. And then I think what we'll do is, if I can, I'm going to go ahead and put pillars on top too, just to kind of give it a little bit more of a structure. All right, let's jump back down here. But yeah, I mean, these railings, like, they're the coolest thing that they brought, which is really silly to say. But yeah, see, there we go. Okay, so... That's very weird. That's very, very weird. Okay. Now, this is going to be tough. Actually, this might not be too bad. Yeah, no, this is going to be okay. The half. Okay. Maybe I'll get this side done first then. 2, 3, and then once we're there, we can do the 2 halves, and then we need another railing and another railing. Okay, sounds good. Cool. Now, of course, you can go a little crazy with this, and I'm probably going to go ahead and do so, like putting kind of things along the side here, and then up here, and then you can also go ahead. I could probably put another railing here, and I might do that. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to be doing with this. So you know what I'm going to do, guys? We're going to do the power of editing right now. When I count to 3, or I'm going to do a countdown, 3, 2, 1... you're going to come back and you're going to see it fully done. Yeah, you're going to see the interior, you're going to see the exterior, you're going to see everything looking all perfect. Let's get it going. Power of editing. 3, 2, 1. And there we go, guys. The base is officially done. Gotta love the power of editing, right? But anyways, guys, we did get ourselves that 145 Arkology Equus, and this thing looks great, but it didn't get good stats. Let me kind of explain. So, the best stat that this Equus ended up getting was 41 points into weight. It has 637 weight. The reason why it's good, but it's bad, is because our current Equus has 40 points into weight. So this one ended up with 1 point better. And although it's only 1 point, guys... expect a brand new Equus in the next episode. I'm going to do some breeding between the episodes. I want to get the best stats onto an Equus. So it's only 1 point, but at the same time, yeah, expect a brand new Equus. But kind of talking about the base here, I will admit I did say that I didn't want this all one-dimensional, just using stone. And I kind of realized that I kind of did 95% of it with the Frontier skins. And although it is like 95% using the Frontier skin, I still think it looks really, really good, if I'm going to be honest. And I did admit before that I might have went ahead and kind of made that lip on the outside here, but with the Frontier skin, you see how it sticks out naturally a little bit? That's actually really cool. So for right now, I'm completely okay with not adding the lip. Maybe in the future I will, but for right now, yeah, no, I think it looks really, really good. Let's just kind of start with the tour. Now, I will admit, guys, there are a couple little things that I still need to do to the base, like a feeding trough, a couple of little cosmetic things. I'll kind of talk about that as I go through with you guys, but let's get started. Now, 90% of our time at base is probably going to be in this area here. This is going to kind of be our crafting area, our smithy, our everything and anything is pretty much going to be done right here, if I'm going to be honest. But getting started here, we do have our mortar and pestles on a table. I really like doing this design. And the reason why I kind of boxed it off this way was because I was kind of thinking, like, if the mortar and pestle is going to hang out of the base, like if it rains and stuff like that, I don't know, it's not really that realistic, right? So I thought kind of boxing it in like this was going to be the best move. And to be honest, I actually really, really like how that came out. But moving on, we got a bookshelf here. We got our smithy in the back. We have our two, these are the visual storage refining forges. I really like these. I kind of have talked about them in the past. By the way, guys, I actually didn't realize that visual storage mod was not on this series yet. So yeah, we are introducing the visual storage mod into the series here. I'm going to be honest, I completely thought it was already here, which is why I didn't really talk about it too much. But brand new mod for the series, visual storage, absolutely amazing. We have the refining forges currently. A little bit of storage here. Not sure what we're going to do with that yet, but at the same time, thought it was necessary to have a little bit of storage here. We have the upgrade station, which I absolutely love this thing. I did also go ahead and put down the augment station and the blueprint station. This is something that you guys have been telling me about that's really, really good. I've never used it, so I'm excited to check it out and see what it can do. But yeah, this upgrade station thing is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this, if I'm going to be honest. But that is kind of the outside of the base, and I really, really like how everything kind of went together. Now, we do not have the repair station in there, which is part of the vanilla with sprinkles mod. I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to take this table and extend it out just a little bit, and I think I'm going to tuck it here in the corner. I think that's going to be the best spot for it. My other option, or the other thought, was possibly putting it back here, kind of moving this, and this just down a little bit and sticking in here. I think it's just going to be a little bit too busy, so I think I'm going to move this maybe a half a foot, and then that'll give enough room for us to put the repair station straight in there, which, by the way, guys, like I said, that is part of the vanilla with sprinkles mod. Now, going into the house, again, there's nothing too crazy here. Like I said, it's gonna be dark. Shoot, didn't think about that. All right, let's change it over to daytime real quick. If you guys don't know this, you can actually go into photo mode, change the time to 10 o'clock, let's just say. You can go back, and now it is 10 o'clock. So yeah, on single player, you can actually change the time and everything if you want, just by doing, by doing that. But anyways, this is the inside of the base. And like I said, nothing too crazy here. I love how this came out. I'm going to be honest, guys, in future builds, if I ever put a fireplace, I'm setting it up like this. I think this looks so cool, if I'm going to be honest. I don't know. It just looks like it was kind of built into the house, almost like we built the house around this fireplace, if I'm going to be honest. But I do have the visual storage campfire here. I also have the visual storage cooking pot, and I have the vanilla cooking pot. Now, the reason why I have both of these is because when you look at the description of the visual storage cooking pot, it does say that you can make dyes with the visual storage cooking pot. Now, going into the inventory, I'm not seeing any dyes. Now, maybe if I go ahead and add some berries to this, the dyes will show up. I don't know, but there's no dyes here. So I don't actually know if the visual storage mod can do dyes. If it can, let me know in the comments. Let me know exactly how to do it. But if not, we always have the vanilla one. So we could technically use this for just everything else besides dyes, like all of this stuff in here, and then this one specifically is for dyes, and then this one specifically is for cooking. And I was thinking about putting something back here. Nothing could really fit back there, so I think that's just going to be a little bit of a dead space. Maybe eventually we'll put one of those barrels back there that can make that can be acting like a preserving bin for our meats to make like jerky and stuff. But for right now, it's completely okay. A little bit of storage here, gonna have a bed here, and then eventually we are gonna have the war map here, which is really silly that you need to be like level 50 for the war map. It's kind of funny. It's like, okay, I can make metal weapons, but I can't draw a map out until level 50. Very silly. And I really wish there was a way that you could take the Ragnarok map and bring it over to a different map, like eventually have just one base with like all the maps lined up. I think that would be really, really cool. But at this point, I don't think that's something that can happen or has happened in the game. Let me know if there is a way to do so. I'd be really interested to find out. But that is the base, guys. And I really, really like how it came out. I like the fact that even though I didn't technically add windows, like we have these windows here with the Frontier skin. And I think a couple of things I am going to do with this is I am going to go ahead and put a window like on this, in this little slot right here. I don't know exactly what kind of window yet, but we're going to put something there. Another thing I'm going to do is I want to probably put a couple of the visual storage things back here. I usually like to have like the big sheds for like the wood, the stone, the metal, stuff like that. So I may go ahead and kind of throw that stuff back here. Another thing I need to do is I need to put a feeding trough down, which might go on the side of the house, or maybe visual storage will go here and the feeding trough will go back there. I'm not entirely sure, but I do want to mention that there is a very good chance you guys will not be seeing these Equises anymore that are here because this one has a better stat, and because our Equus has all the good stats and ours is a male and this one's a female, I think we're going to use these to breed. And then at that point, yeah, we'll get our perfect male and perfect female from that, and then we'll kind of move on. Unfortunately, that does mean all the Equises over there, including Splatter, which is down at the end there, we might be saying goodbye to them. I basically like to do this. I like to get rid of the excess creatures because we don't need them anymore. Let's put it that way, unfortunately. So maybe in the future we will call another one Splatter. Maybe this one, the one that we end up breeding with, or the end result of the breeding, maybe we'll go ahead and call that Splatter instead. We'll have to see what happens. Now, there is something interesting that I want to talk about with these Equises. This is something that I believe Kris brought up to me in one of the comments, that when she was breeding the S variant creatures, right? If you breed a vanilla with an S variant, whatever the female is the one that will basically the kid will be whatever the female is, whether it's a S variant, whether it's a regular variant, I'm not sure. So I can only assume if we went ahead and bred these guys together right now, it would be an Arkology Equus if we're going by the S variant rule, I guess we'll call it. So I'm going to go ahead and get these guys breeding. I am going to wrap up the episode here, though, guys, and I guess we'll kind of leave it on a bit of a cliffhanger. Are we going to get an Arkology Equus, or are we going to get a vanilla Equus? Let me know your thoughts below. You guys will find out at the beginning of the next episode. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you would like to support the channel further, I do have channel memberships. They start at $1.99 each. Some of the perks with the membership is a brand new members only series. We are actually going through the Long Dark Story mode. So if you guys are interested in that, take a look at channel memberships. Greatly appreciate it. And thank you to all our current channel members. But that's going to wrap up this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you all in the next one.